What is going on, my friends? What is happening? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Podcast. This is a show where we discuss trending news and thought-provoking discussions from the realms, from the field, of politics, sports, pop culture, and so much more. I literally just stuffed a lifesaver in my mouth, so bear with me. My apologies for that. Yeah, welcome to another great episode. This is episode, um, man, I want to say 93 uh of the podcast. So time is sure flying by. But very excited because I'm gonna be having some awesome news coming soon to you guys. Um just more growth, more eyes will be able to see uh the Arrington Gavin podcast. Um I'm actually I'm bouncing back between calling it the Arrington Gavin show or the Arrington Gavin podcast. It's back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, it's another great day. Hope you all are doing well. Gonna be discussing a few stories, man, that's been catching my attention. Let me get situated. As you see, I'm in the home studio. I'm in the little home studio. Uh First things first, we're gonna be going over, obviously, if you are wrestling fans like me, and if you tune into the most recent WrestleMania, as you know, WrestleMania is probably the most popular, the most viewed, and most anticipated pay per view in world wrestling entertainment. Recently, Dwayne the Rock Johnson came back like he normally does. He'll come back every, I don't know, he might come like once a year or once every few years and make an appearance and stuff like that. He's recently been promoted to the board. I think he has some ownership or some stake in World Wrestling Entertainment too. And he also has been involved in a very, very viewed feud. Okay, he's been in a feud with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, both very popular wrestlers. Cody Rhodes, as you know, he is the son of the late great Dusty Rhodes and the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and he is the brother of Gold Dust. Um, and it's an awesome feud because see, The Rock has so many generations in his families that are professional wrestlers. Rikishi, Umaga, the Uso brothers. It even goes Rocky Johnson. Um, there's his grandfather was Chief. I can't remember the name to save my life, but I mean generation from generation, and his one of his cousins, uh Roman Reigns. Yeah. Who doesn't know who Roman Reigns is? If you don't, you're definitely living under a show because Roman Reigns is the uh ultimate bad guy, the champ, right? So he's been in this feud, and let me try and get this graphic going. Because lately WrestleMania used to be just a one-time thing. Like most pay-per-views, it's a one-night only event. You pay for it, has it in a great venue, call it Christmas. But because of the growth of World Wrestling Entertainment, they now do 2 days, 2 days in a row, Saturday and Sunday. And what they did, they sold out Lincoln Field, where the Philadelphia Eagles play, and it is just surreal because you see right there the results of that. Cody Rhodes, the new champ, ending Roman Reigns' streak. I believe one of the longest uh championship reigns in wrestling history. But he it will I'll say in general, the World Wrestling Entertainment has grown to be a and I truly mean a multi-billion dollar company. It is probably the most watched sports entertainment ever. I mean, it's probably gets more view, just as many views as an actual true professional sport. Now, this is no shot at wrestlers. I'm a huge wrestling fan. Those wrestlers are athletes. They are full specimens. There's a reason why you can go on ESPN and check out WWE. There's a reason why Triple H said, "Hey, look, I feel like wrestlers should have their own sneaker line as well. They're professional athletes. But having said that, I do believe that World Wrestling Entertainment WWE is more viewed than basketball and football and so I mean it is because I mean you go overseas, man, they're selling out arenas in Dubai. They're selling out every football stadium. They just sold out Lincoln Field not once but twice. Over 72,000, maybe more than that, because I think the total result came to almost 120,000 combined attendees in those 2 days. I mean, come on. So it was a great, successful night, man. The Rock came back to hitting the ring, first time in 8 years. You had some surprise returns that was hitting the ring. I know Undertaker hit the ring, man. I mentioned The Rock. You had so many celebrities. Wale was in attendance. Lil Wayne performed. He was a part of one of the entrances. I believe one of the Usos. Who else? Oh gosh, Snoop Dogg was out there. The not Travis Jason Kelsey and one of his old teammates of the Philadelphia Eagles out there. It was a dope show. So wanted to bring that up because again, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I hope to have some more of my friends that are in the same field of wrestling that are wrestling heads like myself. My buddy Jason Stephanesis, he is the director of operations for a local wrestling promotion here in Virginia. So I would love to get his take on this show and just his thoughts on entertainment on entertainment wrestling, man. It's the coolest thing. And it again, I fell off of wrestling. I did as a kid. It was the only thing I woke up, eating, sleeping, breathing wrestling. First thing I watched, wrestling. Only video games I played, wrestling. The only action figures I had, wrestlers. I would say I was at that level in my life of just being a wrestling fanatic. Maybe until like middle high school, maybe like early high school, late middle school. Then I fell off. And then I came back to watching AEW, and I'm like, oh man, this is dope. Well, yes, I was watching AEW. Then I went on to check out some WWE again because a lot of the popular wrestlers that were wrestling in AEW would sign on to WWE because no matter what everybody says, as popular as AEW is, nothing will top the WWE. Okay, it's just like when it comes to professional sports. When it comes to basketball, the NBA is the mecca. When it comes to professional football, the NFL is the mecca. When it comes to baseball, the major leagues is the mecca. Okay, so that's how WWE is. That is the mecca. It's the most revenue base. All the top performers, all the celebrities want to be a part of it. It's an awesome thing, man. So yeah, great results with WrestleMania 40. Getting on to some of the stories I want to bring up. The first things first, let me bring up this topic right here. All right, sugar daddies run in the family. And you're probably wondering, what the heck does Arrington mean, sugar daddies run in the family? So on social media, which made headlines recent, it was trending. Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee Simmons' daughter, Aoki Lee Simmons, she was spotted locking lips with a older gentleman on the beach. There's pictures of them just enjoying themselves on the beach. And it just really kind of turned some heads because the man happened to be a 65-year-old businessman. His name is Vittori Asaf. And they were on at a beach vacation, having a good time, and they even shared a couple smooches. Now, Aoki Lee Simmons is 21 years old. 21 years old. Her now I ain't gonna say it's her boyfriend. They just saw them hanging out, kissing, all that stuff. You don't know the status of their relationships. But he is 65 years old. That is a fact. He is 65 years old and looks 65 years old too. Um, I normally don't talk about relationships, on this show. I could care less, but I think this was really like, a head turn because of the huge age gap. Now, normally I'm that guy that says, "Hey, look, love is love. You can, whatever age, whatever race, whatever, whatever's your preference. Hey, look, hey, let them do them." Um, but we have to be honest about this. She just made the drinking age. He is well on the retirement age. Okay. But the reason why I titled this Sugar Daddies Run the Family is because there is a huge age gap between her parents, Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee Simmons. Matter of fact, when Russell Simmons met his now ex-wife, but before they were married, when he met his ex-wife, she was 16 years old and still in high school. Okay. 16. This was in 91. So he's around, I think right now he's 66. He's 66 years old. She's 48. So y'all do the math. That's around like 33 years old, and she was 16 years old. I'm sorry, but as a parent, that ain't happening. For one, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about y'all, but I really wasn't allowed to really date at that age. I mean, well, I probably was, especially when you had your license and stuff like that, but you had certain restrictions. But I know and hell no would my parents approve of me at 16 talking to somebody that's 33 years old. For one, that's against the law. Okay, that's a minor, so you shouldn't be talking all that good stuff um with with somebody or any interaction. I think that's, to me, that's just a bit weird. um but it says here, okay, so Kimora Lee and Russell, they met in 91. They got married in 98, and the rest was pretty much history from there. I think they were divorced after 2 years of marriage. Yeah, so I mean, to her, I mean, she's grown up with it. She doesn't see anything, wrong. I mean, Aoki comes from money, so you can't say she's in it for the money. Um, I just I'm at a loss with this one. I'm at a loss with this one. I'll give I'll repeat what I said earlier. This girl is 21 years old. She was seen locking lips with a 65-year-old man. Want to DM me on IG? Please do so. I just want to see. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about? What do you think about relationships where there's huge age gaps? What's your thoughts on that? Especially if there's people that again come from money, because Aoki's not a broke girl, so you can't say, oh, she's just trying to find a sugar daddy. She's just in it for the money. Is she in it for the attention? Is that what it is? Is this a very powerful, a very powerful man? Is that why she's, is that attractive? Now is just the power aspect. Um, yeah, just give me your thoughts on that. Uh, okay, I'm done talking about that because that is just it's grossed me out. It's grossed me out. Let me get that off. Um, Next story I want to bring up is, so there was a feud between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Now, it was pretty new to me because one thing y'all should know about me, guys, I'm a fan of music, but I'm not an avid like I'm not a historian when it comes. I'm not an avid listener of like, certain genres. When it comes to hip hop, I'm, my experience is like, hey, look, I enjoy the music. I know who the artist is. But don't ask me like, hey, what's your favorite song by them? What's your favorite album? All that stuff. I do not know. I couldn't do that if I'm like in a debate with like, okay, who had the best album? Who did it best? And this and that and the other. But my co-host on my radio show, our producer Cam Godley and my co-host Ciroc Fox, had told me about the back and forth that was happening with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Each of them had, done a diss track, and it's been a long going feud. And so recently at J. Cole's Dreamville Festival that he does once a year at the in North Carolina. Let me see if I can pull up the see if the video is ready. Okay, it is. So I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna let you guys listen to this.
Plug. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that don't sit right with my spirit. That make me feel that disrupts my peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that trying to find a little angle and downplay this catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched a Dreamville? Y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bro, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my really didn't feel no way. And if he did, I got my chin out. Take your best shot and take that chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive for like the misstep and then I can get back to my true path. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I want to now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called "Love Yours."
So, guys, for those who have been tuned into this feud, what's your thoughts on that when you first heard? That was reported, by the way, by the Shade Room. That was on the you can check that video out on the Shade Room's Instagram page. I think, look, I'm all about who, for him to say that, to me, there is no winner or loser. Okay. There's a like, look, we grown ass men. We're both successful. Honestly, they're both well respected artists. Okay. Philanthropists, business people. I'm a huge fan of both of them because to me, whenever I hear their music, it's not the whole typical, because rap has a stigma of like, okay, they're only gonna talk about is, drinking, sex, drugs, guns, late night party, and that's all they're gonna talk about. But in all honesty, you have a lot of artists like these two gentlemen that will rap about community, that will rap about uh uh civil rights, that will rap about bringing people together, unity, peace, love, like all the great sides of the black community and just the culture in general, right? A lot of healing. Like they are people that continue to change the narrative when it comes to what people think about hip hop. And so I commend J. Cole for hey, being a bigger man and say, you know what, this was silly of me and this and that and the other. And it's funny because there's people out there and the people within my inner circle that hated the fact that he apologized because they're like, no, it has to be done in a in a battle in this and that and the other. Because they just, I guess is they want to, for one, see, because I'm not sure if Kendrick had responded with a diss track the way J. Cole has. I think they want to at least hear the diss track and back and forth, and then you can really have the information to say, okay, look, this is how we're gonna say who won this battle. But to me, there is no winner or loser. Now, some people, some people can argue and say, hey, look, Kendrick is leaving the winner because he was the better man and apologized. Now, as of right now, I'm not sure if Kendrick had respond to it, but knowing Kendrick, I mean, he's probably not gonna want to gas it up and be like, no, F that, I'm not accepting his apology. Come on, those are not those kind of people. So and then some people can say, hey, apologize, so that's a forfeit. That's he basically just gave up, and hey, now Kendrick is the winner. But I mean, to me, that's just a gentleman saying, look, what I was doing was petty. You are a successful, rapper. I'm not gonna say you better than me or anything like that, but I'm gonna say, hey, look, you're one of the greatest of all times, and I, respect that, and I apologize. But please, y'all, give me your thoughts on what you think, about uh uh J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar publicly, apologizing to him publicly, um, at Dreamville. Was it accurate? Well, I mean, not accurate. Was it authentic? Was it was it sincere, or was it just a promotional stunt? Was this just a part of his brand? Hey, Dreamville is his festival. Dreamville, he's always promoting positivity and positive vibes and all that stuff. So was that just a part of the brand? Was that to help continue to build more ticket sales and be like, hey, look, y'all need to come back um, next uh next period or next time here in Dreamville, and just share with your friends, because I'm the guy that publicly came out. You don't know what to expect here at Dreamville. He wanted a moment, he got that moment. So just what's your thoughts on that? Hey, leave us a comment and all that good stuff. This whole time, y'all, I did not have my ticket going on. Lord Hammer. See, this one, I'm a overly worked man. It's time for me to get rich. It is time for me to get rich so I can hire a great staff of people that can help produce this show with me. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All is well. But yeah, guys, yeah, shout out, definitely shout out to J. Cole for being the bigger man. Shout out to Kendrick for, both of them are awesome artists, and I will continue to listen to their music and continue to support them, regardless of how this feud goes. I definitely don't want to see any of our brothers out there fighting each other, especially in the public eye when they're extremely successful. And I look at it like this: you got to continue to count your blessings. Not everybody can say they live in the position that you guys are in. Okay, not everybody can say, "Hey, look, I use a love, a passion for mine to now help me become very successful, help me to other opportunities, money, fame, all the other stuff." So I truly appreciate it, and yeah. So look, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have some more here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Don't go anywhere and don't change that dial. Shout out to Ingenious Gen, one of our proud supporters here of the Arrington Gavin podcast. Ingenious Gen is a rose gold, um, veteran owned, black owned gin, and it is extremely smooth, very good. You can enjoy it just on ice. You can have it, mixed with anything of your preference. It's great. It's great. I mean, I'm more of a brown, bourbon whiskey connoisseur, kind of guy. Tequila, here and there. But gin is something that has continued to grow on me. And shout out to Reggie and Lawrence. Those are a couple of the co-founders of the gin brand. So I just truly thank them. Be sure to go to ingeniusgen.com, or check them out on social media. You can try and find where they are located. If you're in the Virginia area, I know they're located in a bunch of ABC stores around the area. If you're outside the state, you can again go online and find where you can locate you a bottle, or order. Do whatever. Just get yourself a bottle in Genius Gin. Shout out, shout out, shout out. All right. So next story, I want to bring up Mr. Terrence Howard, actor, Oscar nominated actor Terrence Howard. Yeah, that guy, the Best Man Holiday, Empire, what am I forgetting? Hustle and Flow. he is currently in a battle with his previous agency, uh, Hollywood agency CAA. Uh, he is suing them, claiming they owe him a lot of money. Okay, I'll bring up this video for you guys to check out, see what he had to say. Give me a second so I can pull up that video for you guys. Oh, here we go.
Creative Artists Agency. They represented me. They also represented some of the people from Big Bang Theory. They also did the deal with Fox. My show was with Fox. The people from Big Bang was with Fox. We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers.
Yeah.
They were getting $2 million, damn near $3 million an episode. Those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode. And I'm like, every year I'm asking my agents what's going on, what's going on. I didn't know that the packaging deal, my agents were incentivized to keep my pay low. So they'll go to Fox and say no, and they'll say no themselves because they were producers. They owe me over $120 million based on what would have been paid to white counterparts.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the process of suing them about it. And when I asked them about it, about my money, they sent me a check for $666.
Wait.
$666 to say.
Wait.
$666 exactly.
What?
Not saying where it's from. So I was like, oh, y'all trying to threaten me.
Look, this is a marketing piece. No,
this is a threat. This is a threat
right
here. And y'all think I'm scared? You think I'm gonna be quiet about this? Because I wonder what you're doing to every other Black artist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
how do you negotiate $2 million for a white cat and negotiate $325,000 for a black cat that has 3 times what the white cat is getting? They were getting $750,000 for a 30-second spot for advertisement. That's what you get for bigger sometimes than the Super Bowl. And they were getting that every week. From us, but they were incentivized, and that's why packaging deals were illegal. But now I'm waiting to go to court now to deal with CAA concerning that stuff. And they're like, oh, don't you want to work in a business? No, I want my money so I don't have to work. That's the whole point of working. I wanted to retire so I can do what I got to do.
Oh my God. So this is important to know.
Going on,
because I know you've heard.
I had to get back on the stroll. Now CAA.
That's a lot of money.
So after what actor Terrence Howard just said, I mean that's a lot to impact right there, guys. So I am a huge fan of Terrence Howard, the actor. Right, dope guy. When it comes to Black Hollywood, he is one of the top tier actors of our time, man. I mean, like I mentioned before, Hustle and Flow, the series Empire, Best Man Holiday series. I mean, literally anything he's been in has been truly a Lackawanna Blues. Look that movie up. That's a great one. It's just a great he's just a all around great great performer. All around great performer. And what he is saying is very accurate, because here's the thing. One of my huge one of my idols, journalist Roland S. Martin. He is the host of Roland Martin Unfiltered. He is the founder of the Black Star Network. Please look it up, support. It's awesome. He's had many series of explaining black media and how black media has always been lowballed by uh major companies and major companies that are multi-billion dollar base companies that just lowball them and give them a short end when it comes to advertising. And it's like, okay, where's the fairness at? Where's the fairness? You give one company this amount of advertising dollars, you give that, but then when you get to, black media, you want to go down a few notches. So what Terrence Howard was saying, now the CAA is Creative Artistry Agency, okay? And he was saying that at the time, Empire, which I believe Empire might have been on for like 5 to 6 seasons, don't quote me on it. Empire was probably the most viewed music drama series on TV. Okay, it was a concept that was very unfamiliar on TV, at least for catching my eyes. You rarely saw, you really didn't watch a lot of music based drama TV shows. The show starred him, Taraji P. Henson, Jussie Smollett, a great cast of actors on there. But really, Lucius Lyon and Terrence Howard and Cookie Lyon that was their show. That was their baby. They killed it on there. And like he said, 20 million views. Okay, they averaged 20 million views. I don't think any show right now comes close to averaging that. They might receive 3 to 5 maybe, but 20, that's unheard of. So he clear as day made a good point. Okay, you have shows that are half-hour programs where Empire was about 45 minutes to an hour. You have half-hour programs, white shows like The Big Bang Theory. Now, don't get me wrong, I love The Big Bang Theory. It's hilarious. So as far as what they got to, they deserve that money. But they were making $2 to almost $3 million per episode. Per. The same thing has happened. I remember hearing stories. Queen Latifah back when she was on Living Singles. Living Singles was the show way before this Friends. Okay, they were well more popular and successful than Friends. Same concept, but they had a white crew and they had a network that with the money, and they were making like $1 million per episode. Okay, ask me if people in Living Singles making that kind of money. Nope. So Terrence Howard said it right there. He was making $323,000 per episode when his competition, which really wasn't competition, were making 2 to 3 million. What's the deal? What's the deal? So this is a report I'm about to read from the Daily Beast, and it said obviously in the recent interview that you just watched on the podcast Straight Talk with Daphne Faney, the Oscar nominated actor, said he was lowballed by CAA across all 6 seasons of his Fox drama Empire, while his white counterparts from the network were paid more than him. Howard announced in December that he was suing the agency over his salary. He said CAA represented me. They also represented some of the people from the Big Bang Theory. He said on Straight Talk, CAA also did the deal with Fox. My show was with Fox. The people on Big Bang Theory was with Fox. We had 28 million viewers. Big Bang Theory had 11 million viewers. Big Bang cast was getting 2 million, damn near 3 million, as you heard in the video, an episode. Those white kids, they had no name recognition, no Oscar nomination, none of that, he added. The primary issue of Howard's lawsuit is packing, which is when studios pay agencies directly for attaching other clients to a project. Howard's suit alleged that his agents took advantage of him in the packaging process by providing him with inaccurate pay comparisons whenever he asked what he should be paid for headlining the Fox series, thereby benefiting CAA and its other clients, such as The Big Bang Theory. Let's see. Further, I'm gonna read a little more. So it says we have a 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode straight. Every year I'm asking my agents what's going on. I didn't know what the packaging deal. What's with the packaging deal? My agents were incentivized to keep my pay low. They owe me over 120 million based on what would have been paid to white counterparts. He also alleges in the interview that he received a check that he interpreted to be a threat. When I asked them about my money, they sent me a check for $666 exact. Wow. So what I can say on that, sir, is best of luck to you on that lawsuit. I hope you get the money you well deserve, because again, with those viewership numbers being as accurate as Terrence Howard just stated, and I mean, what he's saying is he definitely has a case, but best believe this is happening to other performers, and he's just amongst one of them that has continued to speak up. You can even tie this in with comedian and actress Monique, with the whole pay issue she had, and you know, her 11-year 12-year rants and frustration about, you know, her getting what she's rightfully deserved and stuff like that. So we will continue to follow up with this lawsuit. It's getting very interesting. I might even talk a little more about this on my radio show, but I wanted to bring that up. Final story before I close. It's a time for another funny segment I call Common Sense University. So let me bring you up this graphic, which I thought was hilarious. Famous actress Loretta Devine. She's was a video recorder. Recording. It's posted on Instagram. Showed her in the back of an Uber driver, and the Uber driver obviously did not know who the hell she was prior to they had to introduce and explain, you know who you're talking to, right? So let me get this video up for you guys. This was funny.
You not already formed an opinion. So if you come and see it, the man that gave you a plan and everything, that is just so Lord.
I'm not talking about that musical. I'm just saying musicals in general. Right. Well, so maybe this one changed your mind.
That don't have nothing to do with what we talking about. We talking about a specific music.
Many women have dragged me to a theater, and it doesn't.
You ain't been to this one. We got new tech.
But I'm like the women I went with, they didn't make you change. So I don't know if anything else gonna make you change.
You can only go to see. But you gonna miss a whole lot, because you done shut down half your brain.
I want to go to a musical.
That's right. What?
Where are you from, Miss Loretta? Where are you from, Miss Loretta?
Houston, Texas.
H-Town, in the house. Okay.
There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
It's your loss. I don't care. You can lose all you want, baby.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, child.
You have points in this musical?
That's right. I'm in it.
You're in it.
Yeah, starring in it.
Oh, my apologies. You're an actress. Oh, yeah.
I'm more than that, baby.
Oh,
I'm a whole lot more than that.
One of many hats?
If you need to ask somebody.
Yeah. You better do a
You can look me up on the internet.
You're Loretta Devine? The one and the only. Oh, yes, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah.
I love you in Waiting to Exhale.
Yes. Shining like a light.
Yeah. Waiting to Exhale and what was that? Jump in the broom?
I thought you didn't like acting. You didn't see Dream Girls. You ain't never seen Dream Girls.
I'm not going to watch
Who said you missing all the better things in life?
Yeah, you did a great job as the mother of
Nah, I'm telling you, you missing so much. If you ain't seen the play,
what's the young lady's name?
If you ain't seen the musical, you just missing too much right now. Are you married?
What? Are you proposing?
Are you married? You don't even want to tell, do you? That's because you missed the music. I ain't got no damn joy.
Married.
That's why.
I was married.
And you didn't take it to no musical, did you?
She fumbled. That's why we got married.
What in the world? What the look? Can we just clap it up for the one and the only Miss Loretta Devine? What wit, hilarious, very iconic actress, very iconic in the culture, man. And she's always been like, I look at her in the same not exact same. Well, yes, her and like Jennifer Lewis. When it comes to like Black Hollywood mothers and just those humorous people, oh my gosh! Because let's not forget when she was on the Carmichael show. Hilarious. That was one of she was hilarious on that one. Was it one called Family Reunion on Netflix that starred I think to Tia Mowry. I think she was a star. Yeah, Tia Mowry. Kingdom Come. That's a classic movie. Y'all need to look that up. Of course, like he mentioned, Waiting to Exhale, Jumping the Broom. Her resume goes deep. I remember when she even played like a kind of a butch role on Being Mary Jane when that starred Gabrielle Union on BET. Like Loretta Devine is a legend, and it was just so funny because for one, she was being just in her Loretta Devine acting ways with her church fan in the back of the. First of all, shame on that Uber driver for having it so hot in there. She had to use a church fan to fan her own self. Like that man ain't had no air conditioner in the car, so he already got one strike. And then he's criticizing musicals, saying I'll never go to a musical. I never. And look, don't get me wrong, I hate musicals too. I can't stand musicals with a passion. I was joking with one of my friends recently because as a kid, I loved watching Willy Wonka and the old Willy Wonka. And they recently done a remake. I think it's like the second remake that they did. And it's starring I don't get me quoting out. I forgot, I don't know who the guy's name is, but long story short, literally every freaking second in the movie, there's a song. And I'm like, oh God, not another song. I can't take no more songs, man. I can't do it. I just can't take it no more. So long story short, the Uber driver is obviously explaining his reason why he prefers not to watch or go to a musical because it's just not interesting. He doesn't find them interesting at all. So it's just so funny because she's like, well, how do you not gonna like him if you don't go? You need to go. I just know I'm not going. But and I've had this conversation again with another friend of mine about even though if you don't like it or not a fan of it, just because you're like, I'm choosing not to see that. Are you ever curious? Because you just never know. I've done the same thing. I'm choosing not to see it, but it could be good. I don't like musicals, but hey, I like Dreamgirls. I don't like musicals, but hey, I didn't mind the movie Hairspray. I don't like musicals either, but as a kid, hey, I enjoyed the very first High School Musical. There's certain things that catch my attention. Look, Empire was a musical. Okay, it was music throughout that whole entire show. But it's just so funny because you see her response by saying, oh, are you an actress, ma'am? Honey, I'm more than just an actress. I'm more than just an actress. Better have somebody you can look on you can Google me on the internet. Like she. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. That was funny. She was like, "Man, you what was it?" She said, you married?" So you Loretta Devine, are you asking me? I was like, "No, you married?" She's like, "Well, I was. You probably ain't take it to a musical, huh? That could have saved you, man." Like, she got jokes. She has jokes for days, and it's just so funny. I mean, and again, kudos to just, I mean, class act people like her, because even though he was obviously having complication, trust and believe, there's some people that are celebrities that will be very more rude, or just more rude with the response, but she was so sincere and so pleasant, and I mean, that's a Uber client he will never forget. Right, that's a Uber client he would never forget. So again, that was Common Sense University, because hey man, you need to what you need to, you don't know who's in your car. Okay, you over here criticizing musicals and theater and stuff, and you're literally in your backseat is a legend in theater. Okay, in musicals. So it's just, duh, like, come on, dude, you gotta be more careful than that. And he probably didn't even make eye contact with her, because most Uber drivers, they open a car, get in, yada yada yada. But when he realized, oh snap, there's a Loretta Vine. Oop, like, hey, I hope she left you a good tip, but I don't know, buddy. I don't know. But common sense next time. Need to, think before you speak. Think before you speak. All right, family. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed another great conversation here on the Arrington Gavin Podcast. Be sure to tune into new episodes of the Arrington Gavin Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, uh, via podcast. Okay, so you see it at the bottom: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, Apple Podcasts. And if you prefer to watch the video version of this show, you can do that, and they drop on those same days at 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media, Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Podcast, our Facebook page is our Smooth Club Podcast, and on X at our Smooth Club Media. So I truly appreciate it, y'all. Y'all take care. Have a blessed one. I will see y'all again later in the week for some more good information. Very excited, because later on this week I will be welcoming my good friend, Mr. Luke Haskett. Okay, Mr. Luke Haskett. Well, actually, let me think. No. Well, that already passed. That, my bad. That episode already passed. But next week I have a lineup of people that I will be posting out on our social media. So can't wait to let you know, man. We're gonna have some great conversations with some great people. Of course, going over some trending stories, and we're just gonna have a great time here on the pod. So y'all take care. Be blessed. I'll see you next time.